JLR back at it here. I want to share with you a interview that Stockton Rush had talking about his submarine. This is interesting insight right here, worth watching. I'm going to play this for you right here. Welcome aboard. Come on in. Air is running out. It probably ran out already, probably around 7:08 a.m. Eastern. That's when air ran out of this submersible submarine that is somewhere lost out in the Titanic area. But the CEO of this submarine spoke, and I want to share with you an interview. It's worth watching. I'm going to share this. Check this out right here. We're gonna watch this because this is interesting right here.
It's been a big one that we've been tracking.
1 second. We're going to get to the CEO of this company.
Hello, I'm Stockton Rush, and I was the pilot today on a dive to look at trawl sites off of Friday Harbor. This is Cyclops 1. I'll just take you around and tell you a little bit about what you see on the exterior here. A huge 3¼ inch thick acrylic dome. We have this post here that's to stop us from banging into things. And on the end of it is a telltale. It's a little squid weight. And when it's neutral, we know whether we can tell whether we're going up, down, and where the current is. Cyclops is sitting on its platform, which is an integral part of the sub. We have these lights. They are 20,000 lumen LED lights, one on each side. The sub is in its locking system here. It comes in and lands in this tub, we call it, and you drive forward until it bumps. In the back goes down and you drive backwards until it bumps, and then it's locked in as it is here, and then they can lift the entire platform. We have on the side here, we have our horizontal thrusters and our vertical thrusters. We have these components here are propane tanks that we fill with compressed air, and we use that for both pushing the water out when we need to bring the sub up. They also provide an increase in the center of buoyancy so that it keeps the whole platform stable. Here we have, that's a VHF antenna for surface communications. We have our sonar system with 2 lasers that we use for size measurements. We're going to get our feet wet in a second here. And then next to that is an acoustic transmission modem that we can get some data out of. We use this game controller to drive the sub. First thing is there are 2 dead man switches. You have to press one of these buttons, and now it's ready to go. And then if you want to go forward, you do this. If you want to go back, you do this. This is left. This is turn right. This is go down. This is go up. It's that simple. So today's dive missions.
Now let's talk about that for a second, right? Let's talk about that. He was using a remote control. That's what was controlling this submersible. A remote control, people. Wasn't by, some other control tower controlling this. This is by a little game, PlayStation, Xbox type of controller. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable that little controller would man this 20,000 pound tin can where 5 people were put inside there, pretty much on to their demise. The air has ran out officially, according to the numbers that we got. The air has ran out around 7:08 a.m. Eastern this morning. Case in point, when they ventured out early Sunday morning, they said that it has 96 hours of breathable air, and 96 hours is up. It's up, people. Let's continue.
Starts like a lot of them. It's the day before. There's a lot of planning related to determining the location, the currents, the preparation of the sub, pre-dive inspections on the stub. Then we tow it out to the location. And in this case, we had our 4 researchers on board for the 1-hour tow to the site.
Now look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that. That's kind of like the front of it where they'll be looking out. It's not very that big, people. It's not that big.
We then the whole platform sunk underwater. It sits 20 feet underwater, suspended lightly on some buoys. And then the sub took off and went to the seafloor. and we landed at about 60 meters, 180 feet or so, and started to head out to look and see if there was evidence of areas where they have trawled to pick up scientific samples over the years, and also to see what marine life was down there.
That was awesome, and we basically saw all the diversity we can find here. Like everything, every cartilaginous fish, from the dogfish to the skate to the chimeras. For the bunny fish, we saw poacher, scorpions, greenlings. Yeah, all those fish were here. Ursine, sea stars, like definitely this is a really good ecological place. So everything is covered by a muddy, shelly bottom of clams and scallop, and that's it. And then it's life everywhere.
Yeah, it was great. Like he said, all the diversity was amazing down there. We truly maybe didn't go like 5 minutes without seeing a fish, and the bottom was covered in vertebrates.
It was really awesome. It was so impressive. It was fascinating. It was I can't even get my head around it. I was so thrilled by.
So those are people that actually went on that submersive and they were sharing their experiences. The CEO, Stockton Rush, is currently on this submersive right now with four other people, a billionaire and a father and son, and someone that does wreckage of the Titanic. It's a very, very sad situation, but people, they've ran out of air. They've ran out of air. It's over. But I wanted to try to get former interviews with the CEO, so you can kind of get an understanding of what this device is about, right? We want insight. We just don't want the surface of, what happened here. We want to know a little bit more about this submersible sub, aka submarine.
Everything we saw around us, how close we could get.
And we motored out until we got down to about 120 meters, so 370 or so feet.
But that's it. That's the look at that. Look, I think that's the inside of it, right? Is that the inside? It's just looks like a little like tin can. I mean, it's made. I've read it's made out of titanium. But look at it in there. I believe that's it. I mean, there's not much room in there. You have to sit. You can't even stand inside there. You basically crawl in at $250,000, and you crawl into this thing here. Unbelievable, right?
Way beyond anything a diver could do. And then we came back again to try to find this, if there was any evidence of the trawling, which they suspected there wasn't. It's very light trawling. It's not like commercial trawling. Then when we got back, we came to the surface, and we get to the surface and on the surface, we're able to see the platform. We motored over to the platform, and then we land in the tubs, and it settles into the tracks, and you drive forward till you get a bump, and you drive back till you get a bump, and then we signal the surface on our underwater telephone to bring us up, and they blow the tanks, and in about 2 minutes, we're back on the surface. It's like you've been on another planet, and then all of a sudden, you spend 4 hours on this completely alien world, and then you open the hatch, and you're back on planet Earth. And it's something you never forget, and even after doing it a lot, it's a really unusual feeling to come back to planet Earth.
So basically, it's like he feels like, you're going down below sea. It's like you're leaving the planet. You're into another world. And I understand the vision and everything like that and the passion there. But I think profit over safety. It's been reported that people within his company have gotten fired and let go because they've been calling out that it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe. And look what ultimately happened. So there is a rescue operation still going on right now. According to the Coast Guard that spoke yesterday, they will be going for the next couple days. But right now, the air has ran out. The 96 hours is gone. But I want to get deeper into this guy and into his company. And I did a live earlier today showing the history of when this craft was made and their intentions and whatnot. It seems like at the end of 2016, 2017 in the March area, that's when they went towards their announcement that they planned to do these trips to the Titanic. So the company's been around since '09, OceanGate, based in Everett, Washington, but they didn't start this craft to probably about 2017 when they decided they were going to start making it around in that range, and they said a year from there, from that date, then they would have it ready for to go down to the Titanic. Now there's a lawsuit pending in Florida against the CEO and the company. A couple back then paid $200,000 or a little over $200,000. I think at the time back then they were actually only charging $105,000 to go on the trip. Obviously that's doubled now because now they're saying it's up to $250 to get on. But a couple paid, and they said that they never got the trip to go to the Titanic, so now they're suing the CEO. So that might have been one of the factors here into this guy rushing to get down there, with 5 people or 4 other people to get down there. Because, if each person paid 4 people $250,000, that's $1 million right there. That's $1 million, an operating cost and whatnot, but that's $1 million that, was made off this trip. Possibly, I don't know anything about expenses and whatnot, but so sad situation. I am on this. I'm going to go live in a little bit. I'm going to get more information about this CEO, and I'm going to play clips like I just played so we can review these clips and talk about what this guy has said. It obviously looks like a tin can, and it does not look safe at all. So I'm just dumbfounded that someone would pay that much money to get into a tin box, and then ultimately to your demise. They sign a contract or they sign a waiver form, but man, read the fine print, people. And this should be a reminder to all of you: do not do this. Don't do this. It's just horrible. I don't care how tempting and something sounds so amazing to go look at, right? Don't do this at home, people. Very, very, very sad situation. $250,000, not worth your life. Also, private going up in rocket ships up in the sky. I just don't trust that process at this time. I don't know. Do you? We'll talk soon. I'm getting more information on Stockton Rush. That was the CEO that I just showed. Pray the rescue operation's underway. When updates come, I will share with all of you. So stay tuned. God bless.